Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, so the table has a lot of stuff because we have 5 decks that came in. So those of you in the timeless sense, then maybe you've seen these before. But for everybody seeing this on a day where it uploads, this is when I got these decks, literally today. And I'm excited because the last upload, we got 2 of the indie decks that we ordered. So we got to see those. We used one. It was nice. I loved it. And now, surprisingly, 5 more. 2 different creators. And I want to let you guys see. I randomly decided to show you as I unpackage these because of how neatly the creator of this particular deck sent it. And it's probably because we had a large order, right? She has a series. It's called VibeAboutIt. It feels like the Melanin Pop a little bit in terms of like how it's very cultural in a pop culture way. Like it's very modern and very like there's a lot of popular influences to it. So that's what drew me to these decks and what made me kind of want to feature them on the channel, because it's the type of stuff that aligns, and then the colors and the creation of itself, like the way it's made, it's gonna look good. Like it's going to complement the thumbnails and all the things. So I'm excited for you guys to see. She has 4 volumes, I believe. I didn't get the first one. It just did not call me. The 3rd and 4th one called. I don't know which is which. We haven't looked. You're going to look with me. The 3rd and 4th ones were very loud, but I also wanted the 2nd one too. So I reached out to the creator just to ask her about it, and she was letting me know that the 2nd version is not going to be around very long. So if I want it, the time is now. So I'm like, why not? If we're doing it, we're going to do it. They have different colors. I believe that I don't think they're duplicate decks. They have different messages. The creative is also different, even though the styling is the same. So you'll see each one at different points in time. I don't even know which one I'm going to use for this video that I'm about to film. So we'll see, but let's open this. She sent me this. Everything says thank you. That's so sweet. And she was very kind. She spoke with me throughout the tracking. So if any of you want like an oracle deck that's not like heavy woo-woo, that's really fun, when you'll see what I mean. Definitely go ahead and support her because I was very fond of her. Okay, so let me see. And hopefully, based on the conversation we had, she's figured out how to make it to where we can tag these decks in the YouTube videos, because I definitely mentioned it to her when I didn't see them in there. So what's this? All right. Oh, look at her. She sent me, I have no idea what kind of incense this is. I have no idea. And I don't know why I'm having issues today, but we've got incense. We've got a little stick of selenite that she packaged with it. Thank you so much. I have no idea what any of these things are. Let's see. Okay. Oh, look, she sent us some stickers. That's so nice. Let's see what this is. I love how everything's coming through like presents. That's so cute. Oh, look at that. That's so sweet. She sent, oh, that's so sweet. She gave me a little tree of life necklace, which is completely hilarious because when I was communicating with her, I was doing so under like my name and everything. I didn't do it under the Onyx Earth, even though I let her know about the channel. So I don't think she realized, but like sending me the tree of life is interesting considering like lots of people call me Tree, like based on my real name. So interesting. Let's see what else we've got. look, a little notepad, because this is like a little notepad of like a little thought bubbles. That is adorable. I will be using. And I called these decks Vibe About It, but I'm actually reading. They are called the GraffiTEA. I love it, which means that I actually, of all 5 decks that I got in today, 4 of them are based on tea or tea leaves or something like that, because you know Melanin Pop is a very messy deck. So I wanted something that would emulate that. That way we don't constantly run that one down. Not that we're super gossipy here, but there's certain questions, oh no, that y'all ask me that I want to be honest about. So since we've snatched this one apart, we'll go ahead and start with this deck and see what's in here. And look what it is. It's volume 2. So it looks like we're going to do this in order. I'm telling y'all, I almost let the volume 2 go because I was like, do we need 3 versions of a similar deck? Y'all know I'm extra, so absolutely if it's one we like, because they all have different like colors and stuff. So I almost left this one for dead. I'm not going to lie. She almost was left for dead. But shout out to Rhea. I spoke with the creator. I don't know how much longer this one's going to be. So if any of you like this one, go ahead and see about getting it. Because you can get it through Etsy, but she also has a real site. And the thing that I really want to talk about is, I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing a creator thing. I don't know if I've seen indie decks come sealed like this. So I like that regardless of how well she packaged it, which she did an amazing job. Like, it was, everything is bubble wrapped. There's the big box that it came in, so like she's very good about that. But I mean, it's sealed, so there's no damage that's gonna happen to it prior to you breaking the seal, unless something crazily ridiculous happens. So also one of the highest quality boxes. I'm very pleased so far. So let me just go ahead and slide this open. Look at that. It comes in sets of 2. One thing I forgot to mention that really drew me to these decks. They are indie decks. They are priced as indie decks, but you get your bang for your buck. Like I mentioned, this is not me necessarily selling a product unless you're interested in it. I just was very fond of it. It comes in the sturdy packaging. We'll see what the quality of the cardstock is like, but I do know that they are gilded. But I think these decks come with like 200 something cards. See, this one has the pink. Okay, like this one's pink. The graffiti, volume 2. And what I'll do is I will flip it like this. And look, and when I say this is all one deck, by the way, that's what I mean. It's so dramatic, so dramatic. Gilded in beautiful pink. That's the dominant color. But let me just open the rest and come back so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, we did jump the gun because the one that I opened is volume 4. See, look how sturdy that is, to where I like put these heavy decks on and it didn't bend or anything. Like, it is the highest quality boxing of some decks that I've ever seen, right? Again, that's not me selling a product. This is my real reaction, right? Sealed the same way. Volume 4, as we can tell, this is the newest one now. This is the one that's probably going to be around the longest because it just got here. It is blue. So, and let me know if y'all had heard about these decks, because if you had heard about some of these nice decks and you didn't tell me, shame for keeping secrets from Onyx, okay? All right, so I believe that's a 240 card deck, the pink one. Because this one is 220. Okay, yeah, exactly, 200 something cards. So you can see the creative, similar but not the same, different enough to see, right? I'll hold them side by side, and then we'll open up and you can see that it's gilded blue. So we might do a little color coordination, but you can see what I mean by how it's just really going to complement the style of our readings and the way that we like feature our table and our thumbnails. Like, you can already tell it's beautiful, right? I'm very, very happy I got these decks. These are going to be ones we possibly run down. But probably not, because we have so many of them that I don't know that y'all are going to get tired of seeing them. And there's so many cards in each deck that, I mean, there's going to be so many so many variations of messages that can come through, because I believe volume 4 is actually the smallest, or maybe tied for smallest with volume 3. But I mean, the smallest deck is like 220 cards. You see? So there's not really... We're not going to get tired of seeing certain messages, hopefully. And look at that. Okay, volume 3. So you can already see the differences coming through. And look, it's such a high quality box that, look, you can... It's a little pull thing. Yeah, and then it's like tight too. Oh, okay. Exactly. So you can see... Oh yeah, it's an aggressive deck. See, we already got Pick Me. See what I'm saying? Like it has a lot of modern references that I think you guys will love, love, love. This one is Gilded Gold. Okay, so I'm gonna flip that so you can see what the cover art looks like a little bit. And we've got 3 and 4 side by side. 2 and 4 side by side, and then I'll hold it so you can see. So basically, yeah, exactly. Same styling of decks, but very, very different decks, right? Enough to justify me getting all of them. Some of you will judge me. I don't care. We use these for reasons, okay? Now, in me thanking Rhea for being very kind and helpful throughout the process, I did snag some other decks on Etsy. I didn't get to speak with this creator, but there were good reviews, and I was very fond of some of the works. So hold on, where the Tea Leaf Intuitive deck. So this came sealed just like this. It didn't have a box, which nothing wrong with that. And then it comes with the Street Priestess bag that I can put these in, right? Because this is the creator on Etsy. She's got a site and all of the fun stuff, because I was very fond of these decks as well. So this has got to be, yeah, the Tea Leaf Oracle. Okay. And then you can see very modern deck, right? We've got Offering, Cult. There's some little woo elements to it, but the whole thing, it's like a tea deck, right? That's why it's got the tea leaves as the back part. So I was really excited about this just because I liked some of the messaging that came through. So this will be another one that we use a lot. So let me go ahead and put this down with its little bag that it came with. And then the other one is Rooted in Hoodoo. So I was excited about this one as well. So let me go ahead and move this. So those of you that are really woo-woo, or even just a little bit woo-woo, I could see so many messages coming through with these cards, right? There's references to all of the candles. Ha, funny. The orange candle is there. We've got that. And then, what's that say? Energy, enthusiasm, inspiration, passion, creativity. Look at us. We are aligned already with the deck, right? See, it has the bay leaf. It's got red string, jinx. So those of you that are always worried about everything, like, we'll definitely be able to get some really good messages. Oh, look, the road opener's here. Ancestor money's trying to jump out. Shout out to the channel. Shout out to us. And yeah, so I mean, that's basically it. I'll try to cut this down so that you don't have to watch every single step of me unboxing these, but I know some of y'all were really excited, so I'm just gonna throw it in this video to save me time, because I'm filming this the evening before this goes live, because that's how pressed for time we are. And I'm gonna take a second, go have like a snack, and come back to this to do this, because I'm realizing I don't even know which decks I'm going to use, but I know I absolutely have to use at least one of these, because I was going to film this video yesterday and I got so fatigued. Like, your girl was tired. Like, I went to sleep with the laptop on my chest and everything, it was not happening. But these packages tried to get delivered yesterday, and then, I don't know, the post office was acting all confused, like they couldn't get in the gate and stuff, and it was a lot. They were confused. It was a lot going on. So the first thing this morning, I got the little ding. I wasn't here, but I got the ding, okay, packages delivered. So I have energy today. So y'all are gonna, I don't know what's gonna come out. And the reading, ironically enough, that I'm gonna film, that's me trying to get to the thumbnail, is actually one of those messy ones. It's the forbidden fruit fantasy thing. So let me come back. All right, family, so we're here with the decks that I am going to use from the most recent haul. It was very easy because we don't have time to play around. It's getting late and we got stuff to do, okay? So I am going to use the Rosewind Tarot from the last upload. So if you are not watching every single one, that's fine. You don't have to. We got a new tarot deck. We're going to use it. The Hierophant is already at the bottom of it as a reset because it's already cleansed. So we're good with that one. We're going to use it. And I want to get to this message that already came through this deck. So we are going to see, you know, because you picked the thumbnail already, what's their fantasy, what they love most, but won't tell you. I find that this is one of the messiest questions we ask these days, consistently at least. So it's interesting that all of my tea decks came on the day where I absolutely have to film it or we're going to have to skip a day, right? We're going to use the Tea Leaf Oracle. That's this one. And we're going to use volume 2 of the GraffiTEA, which is interesting because this is the one we almost either delayed and to hopefully get later or just completely miss out on. So we're going to go with that one. We're going to keep it. We're rolling with pink because Rosewind is pink. We've got our Black Romance Oracle that is already pink and our thumbnail is primarily pink. So we just rolled with the color scheme just because that was a decision maker for me because we don't have the time, right? All right. So this deck is so thick that it can be 4 decks. This is me splitting the second stash in half. This is what I mean. Like this is half of a half, right? Because this is half of a half, right? Half of a half. So that's how many cards are in that deck because it has 240. This one has 240. I think it's volume 3 that has 260. So the channel message. As soon as I split this into 4 parts to cleanse it thoroughly, a card jumped out of this GraffiTEA volume 2 and said, generational karma. That was the card. Now it hit the floor and I was not even halfway done cleansing. I put it back in this stack and we kept rolling with it. And now I'm looking at the table. We've got the Hierophant of Stability. We have the Esoteric card, which is where the Tea Leaf Oracle landed, right? And now we've got in maturing energy. Well, following uncertain future, we have a maturing energy of unwanted attention and unexpected blessings. So I don't know. This doesn't seem like the type of question that this would come from. It actually seems like this would have come out in the last video, which was that orb of obsession. But if some of you are going to have someone leave you alone, especially if this is someone that's been like trying to tap into your energy, like via spiritual, esoteric methods. Like if this is someone that's been tapping into your energy, you do not want them doing that, they're going to leave you alone. Okay. Just because we have that maturing energy of unwanted attention, and you not like being certain about it. Okay. And it being an unexpected blessing. Now, remember, I read a polarity. We have the Hierophant of that grounded, stable energy. Something woo-woo in nature, whether you initiated, this person initiates it, or if it's like divine intervention, is going to shift something. Again, if it's unwanted on your end, they're going to leave you alone. If you are asking about somebody that wants you to leave them alone, I'm not saying that's all of you. I'm not even saying that's a dominant energy. It's just a loud energy. Like some of you need this message. Where the future is really uncertain and this person kind of doesn't want the attention and you get the clarity that they don't want your attention, we have something very stable and unexpected happening via that. Okay. So it feels like an unexpected blessing in not getting your desired outcome where the undesired attention is coming from you. Okay. I just want y'all to be aware of that. Like in this instance where we're talking about that, I'm not saying that's all of you. I'm not even saying it's most of you. Might only be 1, 2, a handful of you. But where your attention is unwanted, even if this person doesn't vocalize it, it's going to end up being an unexpected blessing or will lead to one. Okay. So I'm going to hold the thumbnail up so that you can choose your piles. We're checking out what's their fantasy, what they love most, but won't tell you. Okay. Pile number 1 is the banana. Pile number 2 is the kiwi. Pile number 3 is the strawberries. And then pile number 4 is the guava. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, my banana. We're going to take a look at what this person's fantasy is, what they love most, but won't tell you. And there's this really interesting energy. And I feel like maybe the little channeled message we just got before I reset came through for this pile. Now, I have no way of knowing that because I haven't done the other ones yet. So if I end up doing notes, if I have time for that, I will let the members know. But the Black Magic card jumped out of this deck, which is crazy because this is actually the Tea Leaf Oracle. Now, I did, if you watched the intro, I have a Rooted in Hoodoo Oracle. I absolutely do have a deck like that. I didn't use it because I didn't think it was relevant. And I have another deck, the GraffiTEA Volume 2, that I want to use. But when that Black Magic card slipped out, I got avoidance and karma. And it's like Black Magic with avoidance of karma. And it's like, I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's the person you're asking about directly, but there seems to be there's someone, I'm not going to label who is who. There is someone on the table that is either having a black, I hate being this reader. I'm glad I got these decks, but whatever. We have negative energy, I'll call it. Let's refer to the Black Magic as negative energy. Negative energy sent to them, or they're sending it to someone else. And when I say they, it could be you. You could be one of these people, right? And I have a situation where one is actually going to avoid the karma that is this energy being sent their way, right? Like karma in this deck is not just karmic in a literal sense. It is cause and effect, shaping future experiences, right? So, and look, we have an oracle here. So it's just a heavy convoluted energy of like people manipulating energy or attempting to manipulate someone else. So you have to watch that because some of you may be asking about somebody that, like, when it comes to love, they like manipulating people's energy. Like that's their thing, is the goal is to manipulate someone's energy, and they would absolutely use energy workings of any kind from any religion to bind a partner. Okay. And also watch it because where we're not that woo-woo, we could just be talking about a really manipulative person just in general. I don't want to make it a shadow pile because we're not there yet, but just make sure you're not dealing with someone that's super manipulative in a way that whatever they would use love, their relationship with someone else as an avoidance of karma, right? Or maybe they feel like you're trying to do that with them, right? Because an avoidance of karma is like one up. It's like getting ahead, getting over in whatever format we're talking about, like getting ahead, getting over, possibly ending up with somebody you have no business ending up with in the best way, as in a person, you or them, that ends up with a partner that literally they don't deserve. That's what that feels like. Okay. And that, there we go. We haven't even really pulled cards yet, but we already got to the root of somebody's fantasy is kind of getting up, getting over, getting ahead, like a come up, a partner that they don't deserve, that they shouldn't end up with, that people would question why, that people would say, oh, you must have did some black magic, right? That's kind of the thing. So let me get this deck. Where am I going to put it? I'll let it sit here for now. Let me get your actual overview. Exactly. We're 3 minutes in, reading the energy. And then we've got that. And that was my first time actually using that deck. I didn't realize that the energy of it would be so intense, but I like it. I like that it has a little weight to it. Tell me more about this banana. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell you? What's the overview? So much with this person. This person you're asking about, so much. Yeah, we've got the Purify with the Sage Moon. Ooh, I already know what this person's fantasy is. Isn't that something? Blessing Moon with Contentment. We got Sage on the table too. That's funny. And then we've got the Waxing Moon of Dream. This person wants a fantasy partner. They want a dream partner. They want a partner that's going to like alleviate any of their troubles, any of their problems, that's going to give them like a whole new life. Like they want a partner that just basically purifies them to contentment, right? That is the ultimate blessing for them. That's what they're looking for. Like I said, you just got to watch it. I don't know who y'all asking me about, because this particular person, this personality that stepped onto the table is very receptive. And you know how I mentioned how a lot of you guys are hyperactive? This person feels hyper receptive. Okay. Nothing is good in excess, because it just feels like someone that's looking for a come up, whatever that would be with their partner, whether you or whoever else they would be interested in, because we're talking about their fantasy, especially when we talk about what they love most but won't tell you, right? And if it's you, they're definitely not going to tell you. And if it's not you, that may be why you're not getting the attention you want from this person the way you're looking for it, if that's happening, okay? Because, right, we got the blessing and the sage clearing a path for a blessing, for a dream, quite literally. A maturing energy of guidance, right? Someone that will do things that like the guidance has already been given, like they already know what to do and how to do it. Like they look for an easy life. Like that's what they want. An easy life, especially one that they wouldn't deserve. Like if this person lived a chaotic life and they decide they want to settle down with a partner, they basically want a partner that they feel absolves them of all of their sins. Basically the opposite of who they are and the type they would normally deal with but wouldn't settle down with, right? This isn't a gender thing, right? Like this is someone that would look at all of their personal flaws, personal sins, and be like, I don't want anybody like that. I want someone that's not like that. Okay? So, and I'm not reading it as a shadow intentionally. I do want you guys to be cognizant of the type of people you're asking me about, just because that is here. So tell me more about what's going on with my banana pile. What's their fantasy, what they love most, but won't tell. Pile 4. Look at that. From chaos to stability. From utmost chaos to stability. This person wants to be able to go from chaos, like a chaotic life, whether it's just situational, circumstantial, or if they are the center of the chaos, if that makes sense. Like if they create chaos and confusion in their life, if they create chaos and confusion in love, they want to go from that to this, which is the 10 of Pentacles, which is like family. It's like a stable family, a happy family, a peaceful family. Like that's their vision. And I did lead with the chaotic side, but I do want you guys to know that the lightest expression of this pile is a deeply traumatized person. It is a person that is used to confusion. They want a partner that's stable, that's opposite of that, that's like purified sage, because they just feel like they've always been surrounded by negativity, or primarily been surrounded by negativity, at least when it comes to love. And so they want this confusion to go away into stability, and that's the type of partner they want. And if you're asking about somebody you're dealing with, have been dealing with, they don't want that confusion. And that's why they wouldn't tell you that, okay? Because this pile stepped in with confusion. Let me get one more from this deck, and we'll pull from those oracle decks. I'm not going to let that astrology deck go, because I want those indicators, and I don't have a new deck that can give me those. I have the Queen of Chalices, and it did fall in reverse, okay? So when we talk about a feminine, right, where you, because y'all, it's mostly feminines here. If you're asking about a masculine, they're not looking for a real soft feminine. That's not what they're interested in. They don't want a soft feminine. They want a purified, peaceful feminine, but they don't want a soft feminine. They want someone that's less moved by emotion and more moved by, I guess, like logic and stability, right? And someone that's more stable, someone that's not easily wavered from the stability, okay? Where we're talking about, like if you're looking for, like if you're asking about a feminine, this feminine is not moving from emotion. This feminine is moving from strategy, from mentality, from being grounded and stable. They are not moving from emotions and passion at all. Okay. Actually, with that Queen of Chalices, I have an incoming energy of the Tower. So you see what I'm saying? Like that's what's on the table. What's at the bottom? Page of Swords. I mentioned messages, logic, thought process, strategy. So, and that's when it comes to the partner they're seeking. This doesn't feel like someone that's looking for love. This seems to be someone that's looking for possibly, I heard the word status, but that's too specific. And I don't want those of you to be like, I don't have that, to get lost in the message. That could still be a shadow for you. Okay. This is someone that is seeking a goal, right? Like this is, like I mentioned, this is more strategy. This is a goal. This isn't someone seeking love. Their fantasy is a specific type of stability, a specific type of safety. So for example, if this person had a really chaotic upbringing where it was literal danger, any partner that's safe, that they can get to be safe and take care of them and make sure they're always safe, that's what they want. If it's financial, then obviously that's where everyone's mind goes. But like if this person is always used to chasing people and they're used to chasing people in love and it being one-sided and not reciprocated, they just want a partner. Like when it comes to settling down, they want a partner that's going to be more interested in them than they are. They're willing to take whoever would be that way. You see what I'm saying? Because of their trauma. That's what I got on this table. So let me pull from this deck. I do need something. I've got Uranus, which is different, which is unique. Especially be careful if you're dealing with someone where you're not their usual type. Or if you see this person, right, with someone that's not their usual type. That means they're trying something different due to their trauma, right? We got Sagittarius, which is broadening your options, expanding your options in order to get what you want, which is their desire. They're not looking for love. They're looking for a specific lifestyle, right? A specific home life, a specific form of safety. Okay. All right. So let me pull from this tea leaf oracle and see what we get. Tell me more about this banana. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell? My pile number one. The worst instance of this is someone that's just looking for like an easy look, like anybody that will take them that fits the criteria, right? And this, I guess it's nothing wrong with seeking what this person's seeking. I want to make that clear. I'm not like making this person a shadow. I'm saying their reasons why and the way they're going about it seem to be what I don't necessarily approve of, because this is, okay, so I'm not saying la la fairy tale love is a thing and everybody should be chasing. But this person's methods, and I don't know what they're doing because I'm not looking for that. I'm just saying, like, what's their fantasy? What do they love most? The mentality of what they're thinking and how they're feeling regarding their fantasy and love is too strategic for me, right? Like it's very calculated. It's like borderline predatory. It feels like positioning. It's like I need to okay, this is the life I do not want. This is what I'm used to. So in order to get the life I do want, I need to do this the way like that and be like here and dress like this. And these are the types of people I'm targeting. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how it feels like a strategy. It feels like when I'm targeting acquisitions at work, right? Like it looks like chasing leads for a sales role. That's what it looks like. And that's fine, casually, whatever, but that's this person's approach to settling down and creating a family. And I don't know if it's going to work. And I a lot of times it does. I see it every day. But I'm not used to this personality hitting the table in this calculated of a way. Like, this absolutely is someone, because of how much trauma they have and how, because like I said, the lighter side is not necessarily a villain. They are traumatized to where they might possibly be behaving as a villain, right? The shadow is absolutely a villain. They basically like, this is what I'm doing. They're willing to be two-faced about it. They're very smart and strategic in how they're going to go about it, because that's the goal. And they're not really emotionally involved. So anything, the tower could literally burn down. Now the tower could burn down around everything outside of what they value, and they wouldn't leave a connection. Like, this is a person that, let's say they decide you fit the criteria they want, you can literally tell them you are not in love with them, you're not interested in them. As long as you're not going to leave them, they're fine. As long as you're not going to do any crazy, they're fine. They will stay. You see what I'm saying? So, and they would try to hold you hostage with that energy I mentioned, right? Be very difficult to get rid of, because it's not you, it's what they associate you with, right? So you just got to watch that. The lighter side is someone that's deeply traumatized to where they are in survival mode. So whatever it is they crave that they associate you with, whether it is mental, emotional, physical, that's why they're willing to bind themselves to you. And the reason why it's not the best for you or whoever they may attach themselves to outside of you, right? It's because the second they find another source that seems like it would be a more effective source than you, boom, that's it, because they have no emotional attachment to you. That's why I don't like it in love, right? So like I said, if this person's being weird, let them, okay? And like I said, this isn't gender specific. I'm not talking about like purely financial. I'm talking about like a lot of these people on this pile, they're deeply wounded emotionally, and they need a partner that they can control. You see what I'm saying? So what did I say? Look at this. We got nurturing. And I'm going to have to get us some light in a little bit, but that's okay. But nurturing basically says that nurturing ourselves and others brings deeper connections, meaning, and purpose. Invest in growth for immeasurable benefits. So this person needs someone that nurtures them, whether it is financially, mentally, emotionally. Because I mentioned the safety and security. That's what they crave. That's what they're looking for. And if they feel like you're too independent for that, or because that's another reason why it's a shadow, right? Even on the lighter side is these are people that anything that could be perceived as a threat to their security or what they align you with becomes an issue in a relationship, whether it's other relationships, other connections that are platonic, that are family, anything that stops you from nurturing them, your career, they don't want you prioritizing your career, right? Like anything that takes you away from whatever it is that they associate you with doing that they need. That's the thing, because that's the fantasy, is all of your attention, all of your whatever the source, whatever you're the source of, all of that for them. Okay. And I'm being vague because I don't want you guys to keep thinking financial, because a lot of y'all be talking about stuff that doesn't really apply to you, but that doesn't mean that the message isn't yours, right? We got rooted, and rooted says, let's see, a rooted mindset empowers growth, resilience, and positive transformation in facing life's challenges. Stable. This is someone that has emotional detachment due to chaos they've grown up with. So like the best case, this is just someone that needs to deeply feel safe. They need to feel valued, right? Like let's say that the heaviest energy that's the loudest on the table is not your person, and they're not as chaotic as I'm saying, and maybe some of them not, right? Like they just have a lot of chaos that they're just not going for that in love, which is why they still move a little bit strategically, because they have to feel safe to nurture a connection, right? And they have to be nurtured, right? To stay. Like they just do. Okay. So let me see. Let me get one more from this deck, and then I'll pull from all of those cards that I'm sitting here looking at. One more. Maturing energy of aura. Just watch that you're not dealing with an energy vampire though, for real, okay? Because this is your literal aura. Okay, they're looking for somebody that has aura, like a bright, vibrant aura, someone with a lot of energy, okay? Someone with a lot of energy. And we got morals. I'm going to get us some light in a second, but let me get us here. And watch it, because this energy ever-changing message feels like a shape shifter. Okay, this person is a shape shifter. They would shift to you. They would shift to someone else. Okay, let me adjust our light. Perfect. Now y'all can see how great the decks look as well. And I don't have harsh light in my face, but I'm loving how the decks already look. But you see what I mean by this energy vampire? For whatever reason, when I first looked at this, and I don't know that that's supposed to be snakes. I don't think so. I think it's ribbons, but it gave me like Medusa vibes, right? Not that there is anything wrong with Medusa for those of y'all where that's a thing. But the darker expression could be someone looking to root someone, because nurturing and rooted could be energy manipulation on behalf of love so that someone can drain the energy of someone else's aura. Now I know y'all like, don't be like, oh, look at Onyx, see, she's getting too woo-woo, she's got these new decks, she's talking crazy. I'm not, but energy is real, right? Energy manipulation is real. Like, there's a reason why you feel like aligned with the energy of your environments, or that when you don't feel like you're in alignment with your environments, why it's chaos, right? Like if you go to work or if you go hang out with your friends and their energy is low, what happens to your energy? It gets low. Same vibe, right? So I don't want to mess this up, but you see what I mean? This is literally half a deck. Okay, so you're gonna see me, I'm gonna have to split this in 4 to make this do something, to make this the right way. Okay, it's thoroughly cleansed. I already did it. So tell me more about what's my pile number 1's fantasy. What do they love most, but won't tell how 1. I already got 2. That sinking feeling. Ooh, look at you. Sinking feeling, bad hunch about someone proves true. We got a sense of dread or anxiety, worrisome realization, and foreboding. I'm going to hold your cards up because I'm realizing that by me being all weird with the light, y'all couldn't even see y'all's cards. But I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see. So I'm going to hold it up. If you need to pause, you can pause and read that real quick for my pile 1s. Because I do need to wrap up your pile because you're getting kind of long. But pause it if you need to see it. And interpret it yourself, right? You don't have to listen to me. The cards do speak for themselves, especially in this pile. That seeking. Ooh, you are definitely the intro. Look at you. I got 4 stacks. If y'all don't want to, like, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I need y'all to know. New deck. I don't know this deck. What did I just say? It's 240 cards. Half a stack, half of a half. And this is the other half, right? Go back to the intro where I'm like being all chaotic. This generational karma card is the first card that I ever saw while cleansing the deck, right? I'm not talking about when I unboxed it. I'm talking about when I started shuffling and separating and all of the things. This jumped out and it was followed by another message. So pile 1, you're definitely, like I said, that intro, okay? I actually did not even realize these cards were numbered. Numbers matter, okay? So numbers matter. Numbers mean something. We've got 2, 3, 5 here. So that may be a number, but this generational karma card talks about behaviors, experiences, and unresolved issues being passed down through family lines, affecting the This person's low vibrational a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to use that phrase, y'all, but it's the truth. Like, this person, a lot of you, like, they got a lot going on, and it's generational. It's basically learned behavior, or it's behavior that they've this is their way of adapting to their environments. This is their way of adapting to their experiences, their traumatic experiences, right? And that's how they feel. Now, Y'all are my viewers, so I'm going to let y'all be who you are, right? But know that there's always a polarity. So that I could be describing how the person sees you in that instance. I know that's not the topic today, but I could be, okay? Now, the what's their fantasy, what they love most but won't tell you, you got to watch it, because there's two distinct sides. Now that we're 20 some minutes in, finally getting to the root of the answer. Truly, they like the idea of turning someone good or bringing out the shadow in them. There's no in between. Purify. Look, they love the idea of cleansing someone's energy into a blessing, right? Making them a dream, right? Because at the bottom here, I've got turning over a new leaf, which is a fresh start. Or taking someone that would be considered pure and corrupting them. That's the thing, right? There is no in between. And the reason why I say that is because this person's trauma is one where, okay, they're like, okay, I want to heal everybody. Let me heal this person, right? The lighter side did come through. The lighter side is one that overextends. That's why it's hiding. It's hiding because the lighter side takes on so much of other people's energy that I had a hard time finding them. So they overextend and they want to turn all of the shadow traits, all of the people that may be bad or do bad things good. So someone that really isn't fit for love, they want to cleanse them, purify them, and make them a blessing, make them a dream. That's the lighter side, which is very dangerous for them. So they need to stop. The shadow is someone that is absolutely what I would refer to as an energy vampire. And it feels like a generational karmic thing. I'm not like talking about people's parents and stuff, but it's just they're an energy vampire due to the generational karma. Like it's a negative vibe that has been passed down generations. I don't know why. That's just with this person. So leave them where they are, because they are the very definition of an energy vampire, especially if you get a shadow feeling about them and you're just asking this question to be nosy, right? I say that because in the draining of the energy and the aura, it nurtures them, it keeps them rooted, it brings you down. This is the type of person where your life would start getting worse the more you deal with them, okay? Or eventually your life will start getting worse the longer you deal with them, right? Like it would affect you physically, your physical health, the way you carry yourself, the way you perform day to day, like you would feel that, okay? So, and that's not part of the question, but that's me making sure you know that that's what's on the table. I actually love these new decks, but I gotta let this close out because we are not supposed to be making these this long. Okay, so I've got a vibe check. Checking in to see if someone is legit or not. Making sure making sure you're on the same level. Good vibes only. And then I also have listen, vibe check. What did I just tell you about it, right? We got risky, potentially harmful behavior, pushing boundaries. This is someone that would test people. This person's fantasy is testing their partners in the most chaotic way. Okay. Like I said, the lighter side needs to stop because they overextend. They're the type that constantly tries to pass tests, if that makes sense. Like their fantasy is passing some type of test of like clearing some negative energy in a person. Like you know how everyone's always like, and I'll use the feminine expression, where we have certain masculines that have a pattern of how they treat people. And it's like, you're the third, fourth person in line for this. And then it happens and everybody's like, you thought you were special. Not saying I justify that. Not saying I believe in belittling anyone that's experiencing any type of trauma, but like, it's kind of like common sense, like mentally, like, did you think you were special? Those people would fall into the lighter side of this pile of like, no, I'm special. This person's like this because that they were dealing with someone that's not me. Right. And that's why we have all this energetic manipulation thing, because even a lighter side is really manipulative, because in their mind, they think they can change someone's shadow tendencies, right? Like they're the type that ignores the vibe check and flirts with danger. Okay? Here, this person's on the shadow side is their fantasy is passing the vibe check knowing that they are the danger. They have a fetish for corrupting what they consider to be pure. Okay? And manipulating someone and training them to behave the way they want to behave. It feels abusive, I'm not going to lie, because it's someone that would give you the silent treatment. It's someone that would use emotional abuse with someone, that would pretend to not be interested in people to get them to do more, right? Because their trauma tells them people will leave them XYZ. And so they constantly test their partners to make sure that they'll stay. And if you withstand all of this trauma with them, then they reward you with the crumbs, but you just as traumatized as them at that point because they terrorize you. They feel like they terrorize their partners. And that's the kink, that's the fantasy. Okay? Like it feels like someone that would be deeply into makeup sensual energy. I'm being careful because, we on YouTube. All right. Okay. Like it's someone that would actually get off on upsetting you. Okay? Or anyone. This isn't specific to you. So there are 3. I've got to reroute it, a different path or route, another way to get there. They like redirecting. They like control, right? Redirection is like the channel, but like they will reroute your life. They would reroute someone's life, okay? We've got the home run, hitting it out of the park. Being able to control their partners is like the ultimate success, okay? And they are willing to compete with other people, which there's nothing wrong with like competition, just whatever, right? But for whatever reason, this person is willing to compete with like this is actually someone that would have a fantasy of breaking up a happy home. Like they would absolutely have that kind of fantasy of like, okay, I'm breaking up this happy home, or I'm going to take this partner. I know you can't, that's not a real thing, but like I'm going to move in on this person that I know isn't available just to see if they bite the bait. That's the type of person this is. Okay. The shadow, at least. So we got a tragic comedy. It's funny because it's so tragic. It's chaotic, right? They laugh at pain. They laugh at trauma. This is someone that would create a lot of confusion and like bring pain. Did I ever do a banana? Like has it always been this chaotic? I don't think I've done one of those in a while for it to be this chaotic. Let me pull from this last set because this is a 30-minute pile, but it's everybody in this pile needs therapy. Yeah, we got a reality check, cold truth, that harsh truth that must be faced, cold hard truths, uncomfortable realization that challenges you, an emotional roller coaster. I love this deck, by the way. I hope y'all like it too, but ooh, it's chaotic. An epic comeback of you're coming back stronger after a setback. Nothing is holding you down. Phoenix rising. To summarize this before I get your advice, I'm not even pulling from that other deck. The side of this person, they need a partner that they consider resilient, and their definition of resilient can be financial. It can be just physical strength. It can be emotional endurance. It can be being mentally stimulated. It could be any of those things. Whatever this person aligns with that. Okay, that's the type of partner they want. They want a partner that theoretically, if they abuse them, they can handle it. Right? I know that's crazy, but I'm telling you, that's what I see. They want a partner if things get so hard down and out that they can handle it. And so it feels like someone that will test people to do that. Now, again, the lighter side where that's not aligning for this person and you know that's not their nature, like you can tell that is not their nature, they overextend. So they may have a chaotic history of dealing with those types because so they overextend. So their fantasy is the stability, the security of not having to deal with that. Okay. And in doing that, like their fantasy is kind of giving more, purifying someone, uplifting someone, making someone's life better because they feel like that's the only way they can provide value to somebody. Y'all got people y'all asking about that need therapy, not a relationship with you. Okay, what advice do I have? Because I got, what time is it? Yeah, I got stuff to do. So far we do have finding love. Yeah, I'm not taking all of that. Okay, I'll take whatever that is. And the bottom, yeah, you keep your guard up regarding this person. Okay. Now what is this? Blessed day is in reverse. I had to get this from the floor. Blessed day is in reverse. Don't leave this where it is, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Even the lighter side, yeah, like I got up and I sat back down. Even the lighter side, it's not that like this person isn't worthy of love or anything like that. They're just not in a place for love, if I'm being honest with you. Which is why the fantasies are so dark. There's nothing wrong with dark fantasies. Like, let people live their life, but it's the trauma, right? And it's the way that it would impact you, right? Because the self-esteem is so low, even on the lighter side, that it would be draining for you. It would be draining for you. Okay, so your decks say to leave it alone. All right, so I'm gonna close you out, move along to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2, my Kiwi. We're gonna take a look at what their fantasy is, what they love most, but won't tell you. So let me go ahead and get you an overview. If you skipped the intro, we have some new decks that we will be using. I'm excited to see what comes through for y'all. What's that? Rejuvenate and create. Oh, they like the creative types. They like people that are really relaxed. They like people that look like they take care of themselves. Like their fantasy is a partner that's just really creative, really expressive, but also prides themselves in like their appearance. Like this is someone that they want someone that not only looks good, but that's someone that looks better over time. So like as time goes on, and like, you know how sometimes people get in like relationships or whatever and they start relaxing and just being comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. This person wants the opposite of that. They want someone that's going to actually start looking better once they get in a relationship, pride themselves in their appearance a little more once they get in a relationship and things like that. All right. Yeah, we got a King of Pentacles. So this is your confirmation if this is more of an archetype of what you're asking about, but this also could be what this person is seeking. Someone that's just very stable, put together, grounded, rooted in the 3D, that really loves to experience and participate in the 3D. We've got the 8 of Wands, which is very fast-paced, very quick energy, very creative energy. They fantasize about a partner that just does not hesitate when it comes to either just initially pursuing them, next steps in a connection. Like they want someone that's decisive, that's eager to nurture a connection. Okay. So tell me more. I've got the 2 of Swords. Exactly, right? Quick to make a decision. Quick to make a decision, because 2 of Swords is usually indecisiveness. But here, we're talking about someone that just knows what they want and will go and get it, okay? Knows what they want, and not only are they willing to go and get it, but where it's not actively available to them, will wait patiently for the opportunity to move on that specific thing. So they definitely want a monogamous thing. They want someone that knows their type, that knows what they want, that knows what they desire and love. Okay, exactly. We got the Knight of Chalices and the Devil, which is all about control. Someone that's disciplined, that has a lot of discernment, but again, knows what they want, isn't afraid to go get it, isn't afraid to wait for it where that's necessary. Okay, that's what they fantasize about, is that type of archetype. Okay, I got a King of Swords, so I had the Pentacles and the Swords. Very smart, very serious, very grounded, very practical personality. That's what they like. Okay, right? Like they love the creation, they love the passion, but they are not the type that loves like the tormented or artist. Like they're not gonna like someone that's just artistic, because like they're gonna want someone that's a creator, that's doing something with it. Like, you know how they always talk about those people that have all of this knowledge and all this information and all of this wisdom, but they don't have the results associated with it. Like that's what this person doesn't want around them. This person And I don't know why I'm wording it like that. This person probably doesn't even like those personality types I just described, because they need the practicality associated with being creative, being expressive. Okay? That's why they like the decisive. Oh yeah. Okay, it's coming out. This person's got a pet peeve or a horrible experience that they had with a really creative type one time, because they're very like, the whole point of this is decisive, knows what they want, is patient for the right opportunity, but very active when it surfaces. Like that's what this person wants. That's what they fantasize in a partner. So tell me more about my pile number 2, please, my Kiwi. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most but won't tell my pile number 2? I didn't get the why they wouldn't tell you in pile 1 because we saged them away, y'all. A little. I'm laughing because if you watch that pile just to be nosy, you'll know why I'm laughing at the mention of sage. But I actively saged them away. Like I don't normally do all that between piles, even though I cleanse. But that one needed it. So what do they love most and won't tell my pile 2? Transition square. Okay. Someone that knows how to transform confusion. Like they want a partner that's very gifted at transforming confusion. I think some of y'all might have accidentally ended up in pile 1 and that's why you're here, because maybe it wasn't your pile. I think the truly lighter side of that pile just got lost in all of the stuff. But this person likes an alchemist personality type of like, okay, things are complicated, things are difficult, there's a mountain to climb, a challenging situation. How do you transmute this energy, right? Like, how do you face your fears? How do you pursue what needs to do? This is actually a pile that would be more generational curse breakers, actually. So, like, this person's really attracted to generational curse breakers, especially if this is a person. And I'm saying if because all of you here, you're not asking about someone that's like this. If this is someone that wants a partner specific to their ancestry, whether we're talking racial, whether we're talking religious, cultural in any way, the shadow aspects of their culture, they're looking for a partner that has broken those generational curses. That's not living in the shadow expression of whatever that ancestral, cultural, religious thing is. Okay? All right, so let me pull from the Tea Leaf Oracle. We've got detach at the bottom. And exactly, right? Detachment is the skill of releasing or relinquishing something without losing it entirely, right? Maintain someone that's very firm, solid in their identity, ancestry, because this card is here, regardless of they mean their own ancestry or if they just admire people that are deeply rooted in their own personal ancestry, that the 8th house does rule that. So the ability to detach from that while still remaining rooted in all of the positives, right? All of the parts that make you you, right? That's what they're attracted to. Mindfulness in reverse. Let's see if we even taken mindfulness in reverse. The art of being present, cultivating awareness, embracing the richness of each moment. They don't like partners that are idle. 8 of Wands. It's not that they don't want a partner that's mindful. They do. The thing about it is they don't want someone that gets complacent and still, right? Like so fixated on the present that you don't plan for the present, don't learn from the future, don't learn from the past. That's the pet peeve. This person has a pet peeve that's out. Like they do not want a partner that's content at all. They want someone with bad nerves that moves around a lot. That's hilarious. So tell me, someone that's always creating, cultivating, rejuvenating, elevating. I led at the beginning. They want a partner that gets better as they know them. That's why. Like that's what they're seeking. Okay. So let me get like what, 2 more? Let me get 2 more. I got esoteric. This came out in the intro. So you're in the other pile that came through. Okay, so if you're picking 1 and 2, I'm gonna let you know now because I don't want you to be lost in confusion. If you're picking both and you genuinely like the Kiwi, or you have more of an affinity for 2 than 1, you just didn't know which one to pick, and you feel like you're like this, what I'm describing, maybe what I was getting at for you in 1, then just lean into it, okay? Because this card also came out in the intro where we had that message. Because some of you, this person's I don't know why I'm reading this very literally, but y'all are even when you don't want to acknowledge it. Y'all are woo-woo because y'all are here watching me read these cards to some degree. Or you're at least interested in it, right? Curious. Mindfulness feels like new agey. Esoteric feels more in depth. And that's no insult to the new agey people, but new agey tends to be more commercialized. Like it's more pop spirituality versus like an actual religion or actual spiritual practice rooted in like stuff. Like it's more than sage and crystals. You see what I'm saying? So like this person, if this person is deeply religious or spiritual, they would prefer someone with a more depth associated with their religion. They may like a more esoteric type versus a traditional like new agey person or traditionally religious person. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna get one more from this deck before we blaze through the next one. We've got Meek. It says meekness is a strength under control, a quiet force that embraces humility without compromising integrity. So meek in this instance feels like they like the strong silent type. The King of Swords speaks when necessary, and when they speak, it has that heavy weight, that heavy wisdom associated. It's not someone that just talks the talk. They also walk the walk. They've experienced the walk, right? More than just strategize it, right? And the things, they're more than intelligent, okay? They have a certain understanding that goes beyond just knowing stuff, right? And we've got a nurturing energy. So yeah, and despite all that, they want someone that has that nurturing energy. That's their fantasy, okay? It feels like this person just wants someone that's really great. But I'm not getting a vibe of, like, I'm trying to feel their energy, right? And their motives and things like that. And there's nothing crazy there. This is a clear pile. Now I did sage before your pile. But maybe that's for a reason. Maybe like this person is saged away negative. Like this person doesn't align with negativity. That's why they have these expectations, which could appear to like this person's energy feels like they think their standards are high. And me reading it, I don't necessarily feel like they're asking for anything crazy. You know what I mean? Just me reading it on the table. So I don't know what's going on, but let me keep seeing what's going on with this Kiwi. What's their fantasy? What do they love most? Okay, we'll take both of those. Hey, I'm shuffling and I got the shuffle card. So this is the esoteric pile. Like, you know, they may like someone that's interested in those things, right? I know here he's using playing cards, right? Some of you cards could be a thing, right? Beyond just like tarot. It could be like truly like gambling, gaming, right? But that excitement of the random energy, of the throwing people off, of the keeping things fresh. Like they fantasize about a partner that keeps things fresh. Like it's always different, right? That's what they like. Keeping things very, very interesting. And that's why a lot of you, I am getting an archetype of this person seeking someone that is woo-woo, esoteric, unconventional, just really interesting. Like someone possibly with just really niche hobbies overall. Because I got the taboo attraction. So we've got attracted to someone or something who is off limits, forbidden love, exciting but dangerous, and risky love. And it could be, that could be literal. This person might have a kink for like taboo, being interested in people that they know that it's not going to work with. They know they can't be with because maybe they're really religious, right? Or maybe they're woo-woo and they like really religious types. So, you know what I mean? It depends, like knowing that, right? Because the confusions. And that's why I'm definitely seeing a connection between 1 and 2. 2 is more lighter side of 1, because I see the shadow kind of stepping in where we have someone that's really attracted to the confusion of things that they're not supposed to have, like desiring partners they're not supposed to have, whether it's third party, whether it's just, you know, it's going to be confusion because of cultural differences with like a family, like, you know what I mean? Like going out of their way to create confusion. Like this is absolutely someone on the shadow that may have stemmed from the other pile that would bring somebody home to their family that they know their family is going to terrorize. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So you just have to be careful with who you're dealing with, right? Or they would be with somebody because they're deeply attracted to something that they know that they will never actually be able to be with, right? That's eighth house signistry sometimes. They know this is what they deeply desire, their actual type, whether it's due to, like I mentioned, ancestry, which would be religion, race, like what that's their religion, culture, sexuality. Like what they want is what they're not gonna allow themselves to have outside. That's the shadow. It is very different from pile one, but it may be another layer as well. So just watch it. But back to the lighter side is this person is intrigued with unique. This is someone whose fantasy is unexpected to others, right? Like what they like, what they're attracted to would throw people off. Like it would be confusing for other people because like there's a side of this person that others don't really see in a way where they wouldn't understand why this person's attracted to what they're attracted to the way they're attracted to it. Okay. So let me keep pulling these cards. But I'll even be honest with you, if you're asking me about somebody, you're like, they're a little bit different, I don't think they'd be interested in me, just make sure you're not on the shadow. But this feels like someone that actually, like, if you thinking like, okay, I'm very different from what this person's type's supposed to be, don't judge this person too quickly, because that's like, I'm getting that this is exactly this person's type, is whatever unique niche thing aligns with it. So we've got upgrading, of doing better, getting or doing better than before, not allowing others to treat you as less than. They like a partner that is who they are, that has firm boundaries, is very confident in their identity, like very decisive. And I think that's part of why they tend to gravitate towards, like, the lighter side is fine. They like people that are unconventional and unique, that may throw other people off, because they like how decisive people like that are. It's like, you're not scared to be yourself. I like that. That's really what draws this person in to whatever their ideal type or fantasy is. Okay. I absolutely see why they wouldn't tell you this, because the shadow is absolutely a fetish. One, the lighter side doesn't want to be misunderstood as having a fetish. Okay. Yeah, let me pull one more. But the looks and the getting better over time is actually a big deal. Okay. I've got a one-sided story. We've got perspective for only one person. Bias. Okay, I don't know why that fell, but we're going to take it because I'm holding this and it just slipped out. This person likes to support the rebel. They have a nurturing energy, and they like to, like, they have a very protective energy as well. So like, they like to support the underdog, if that makes sense. So in one-sided story, this person loves to learn and evolve their perspective, okay? So they may pursue people romantically or have a history of doing that to get to know. Like, this is absolutely is someone, which is why the shadow is like it is. This is someone that would date someone to learn more about a culture or a religion or something like that. Like, they would absolutely like, oh, I want to know more about X, right? So let me find me somebody of that culture, background, religion. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they would date someone for that reason alone in the shadow. The lighter side, that's an added layer of, okay, I'm dating this person, or I'm interested in a person like this, and I have an opportunity to get to know this person deeper, but I'm going to expand my perspective as well, and that's going to make me better. Hopefully I'm able to make them better because I'm different from them as well. Like, it's someone that wants to create, grow, and expand via love and connection. So there's nothing wrong with it on the lighter side. The shadow is just by nature a fetish, so everything good that could come from it is questionable, right? So why is this throwing it here? We got a reputation, positive reputation. Your name is spoken with respect and admiration. Others view you in a positive light, a favorable position. This person very specifically And I'm saying it this way because I don't want you to feel like what I said previously is a contradiction. They like people in situations that where they may be the underdog, right? Or repressed. We'll use repressed since we want to talk about like society or whatever. They like people with a really positive reputation from those types of backgrounds specifically, which is why it's a fetish. Because you see on shadow, because shadow is they like people that are exceptions to whatever bias rules they have in a one-sided story associated with X, Y, and Z, right? These types of people that do this, people that like that, people from this religion. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's like that on shadow. But the lighter side is this person deeply admires the underdogs that come out on top. It's like everybody rooted against you, or everyone had a negative perception of you or wanted to, and you're just so great, you look so good, you're so amazing that they cannot. It cannot, right? So I've got barf bags of feeling nauseous, anxious, something making you upset but unsure what it is. They really like partners that throw other people off. Okay, they like to shock people, they like to be unexpected just in general. Okay, but they also, so this anxious energy, okay, they want a partner that they can nurture and heal. So like the nurturing, and it's like if you're feeling sick, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling like things aren't on your way, they like to upgrade it, they like to fix it. Okay, so let me grab this half of a half and see what's going on. Tell me more about my Kiwi pile, please. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most? You got a romantic rival. Someone wants your boo, willing to fight to get what they want, doesn't care about status. Social media shade. Oh, they like people fighting over them. You better watch this person. They like confusion. They like people fighting over them, or they may like to fight over a partner. Like that's a thing where they feel like someone fights for them and they upgrade, or someone someone fights for them and they upgrade with the better partner, or they end up with the partner and they're considered the upgrade, like they be like being considered the upgrade, right? And they definitely like public displays of confusion. So just watch that. Yeah, I tried to put it back and it was like, no, this person's chaotic, right? With the you suck on social media shade, right? Expressing disrespect or contempt, indirect, subtle insults, criticism, scrutinizing someone, and all of the things. And just watch it because this person also, they like people that other people are jealous of, just in general, right? That's why we have this confusion. Some of you, the confusion is this person likes a partner that other people hate on, because it's like, why shade, right? Because the social media shade is basically like, why you got to be passive aggressive. You can't say it directly to them, if that makes sense. And that gives this person like a rise, a kick. So we got playing the victim. Okay. Yeah, this person's I'll be honest with you, even the fetish. The fetish, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not gonna like try to like map out why this person's like that. But like the general message here is like this person, they have a fantasy where they are able to be very protective over someone that's not treated well, that's not given a fair shot, right? Where people only hear one side of the story and not theirs, where people may treat really poorly and treat like a pariah, like throw shade, play the victim against this person, like this person did something, like this person really has a thing where they like to throw people off and lean in to a connection with people like that. Okay. And I don't know why, but that's just what I have here. Okay. Okay. So let me give it this last second and I'll get your advice. What is this person's fantasy? What do love most people won't tell you? Ooh, you better watch it, because some of you are asking me about somebody, and the reason why they wouldn't tell you that is because I'm describing basically like I mentioned esoteric energy, whatever, but like esoteric doesn't have to be woo-woo. It could just be any black sheep energy because of all the other indicators that hit the table. So like some of you, like, just watch it. If you know you kind of have a little bit of a messy edge to you talking about somebody to this person or around, within the vicinity that this person can hear. And like this person would absolutely go out and pursue them or someone like that just to stick it to you because they feel like you're doing it, you're wrong to someone that doesn't deserve it. Okay. I don't know the backstory and I'm not looking. We've got the bridges to the future of building connections now that will benefit you in the future and setting the goals to accomplish later. Partners that elevate them. Someone that's going to look better over time because they're doing better over time. That's what they want. Okay. Let me get, yeah, there we go. Alrighty. We have no show, empty promises, unreliable, non-committal, vanishing acts, disappointments, and burned bridges. This person absolutely would burn bridges for love. And they value partners that are not afraid to burn bridges for love. Right? We got a bridge to the future. They want someone that's willing to risk it all for them. That's not always a good thing. But see, because we have a bridge to the future and we have the no-show of burnt bridges. Okay? Some of you, this person's actively fantasizing about someone that either ghosted them and burned bridges with them, and they're wondering what happened, like ghosted them, like, oh, this person went away, what happened? I don't know what happened. Or they know they burned bridges with this person, whether it is via ghosting or they know they cannot show their face to this person again, but they're still fantasizing about them. So just watch it. Just watch it. Okay. See, we got an X on the scene. We got an X on the scene. This deck is so scandalous, but I'm glad y'all are getting the truth. We got a rigged situation of unfair manipulation to achieve a specific outcome. This person leans into people that they feel like life was rigged against or situations were rigged. Because I'm being broad because I want y'all to know, like, sometimes when y'all are looking at people that are different from y'all, sometimes that surfaces. But this could be very specific situations, right? Like you could be talking about a friend group and like one person mistreated and you know, situations were manipulated that's not fair to you or somebody else. And this person's leaning into the person they feel like the situation was rigged against. You see what I'm saying? So, because this X on the scene feels like this person may be fantasizing about some sort of an ex. Okay? Like this person, like where I'm talking about all of the confusion, this person may be fantasizing about some sort of an ex that they may have burned a bridge with. Okay? So watch that, or that burned a bridge with them. Like you think about that, and they know that this person is sick of them, and the barf bags is like this person literally would be nauseous at the thought of them, and they still fantasize about this person. Okay. Especially when we talk about playing the victim. If they play the victim, I'm telling you now, this person's fantasy. Some of y'all came here to ask about somebody you're dating or whatever. When they play the victim and they tell one side of the story and they like make this person like a villain or whatever, and you know, like they talk about this person either way too much or they just something about the energy towards this person is too intense for somebody, especially if it's an ex from a while ago. Why the energy so intense regarding this person, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, why they so Even if they're not fixated on this person, why they worry, like why are they reacting in such a way to someone that is an ex from however long ago, right? Like, why are you still a victim after all that time? That's what I'm saying. So just watch it, because if you have a feeling and you're asking this for a reason, I'm confirming that I may be describing somebody from this person's past that they just can't leave alone, especially if they throw shade on social media, if they go out of their way to throw shade on social media, or if they just really want to post you real bad on social media and they're going out of their way to do things that they feel like would have this person jealous. Y'all know I don't play that. I don't want that for y'all, because I feel like stuff like that would have you out here looking silly. So I don't encourage that. Okay. So what advice do I have for pile 2 regarding this person's fantasy? This does not take away that specific instance that hit the table. Does not take away for those of you that are like not attached with all of the chaotic past and baggage. This is just simply someone that is attracted to all the things that I said, and where you know that that does not align with you, then you know that's your answer as to why they wouldn't tell you. Okay. We have a no union. We got a happiness. We got a Luna. We got to change. Okay, where it's really confusing and you know it's confusion and you got weird feelings about this person, I wouldn't lean into it. It's going to make you happier to just leave it alone, because if there's a lot of confusion, a lack of clarity with this person's ex, a lack of clarity in what this person's attracted to, then why even bother? I'm so like, leave it alone. But I'm serious. Like, I don't want y'all living in confusion. It's not that serious, right? So just, I would leave it alone if it's all of this chaos. But all in all, if you know I'm like describing you, this should clear up your confusion so that you can change and go ahead and be happy. All right, so I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, my strawberries. Let's take a look at what's their fantasy, what they love most but won't tell you. So let me get you an overview so we can see what's going on. And that came quick. So we got Bloom. I don't know. Oh, that's what that means. So I will take it in reverse, because it's not saying bloom in reverse as in not blooming, right? Number 3 could be a thing. Third party situations could be a huge deal breaker for this person, because bloom in reverse is followed by a maturing energy of devotion. Like, they need a partner that's not gonna go sharing all their love and affection with other people. They feel like a jealous type a little bit, okay? They feel like, and that's not just someone with the intention of leaning into third parties. It's not even just that, right? It's literally like they do not want a partner that could be perceived as being overly flirtatious, even accidentally. And not saying they would act crazy if that happened. It's just that they would definitely be the types to correct their partner, right? Like, I don't appreciate you behaving this way because it makes me look crazy, right? Like, they would absolutely say that because it's a thing, because they do not want a partner. They're actually, I feel like if this person was interested in somebody and then they started acting like that, they would immediately get the ick, because it's like, ooh, I'm not attracted to that. I explicitly seek out partners that are not overly flirtatious and friendly with people that aren't who they're interested in, right? Like flirting and things like that is reserved for people that they're interested in, for real, okay? Like, this is absolutely someone that would go after the person in the room that actively turns everybody else down, because not the challenge so much as, okay, I like the idea of someone that has boundaries. I want to get to know this person because they're a little standoffish, because they're very selective about their energy. It says that they not only have boundaries, but they have discernment, right? And they're not desperate. That's kind of how this person's thought process, right? So let me go ahead and get the tarot so I can see what's going on with the strawberries. Tell me what this person's fantasy is. What do they love most? But one time, pile number 3. Oh, it's a win. I don't know why they wouldn't tell you this. They're real sneaky though. This person's I'm getting a vibe of this person's being sneaky, but like they've already decided, like they know that they like a closed up flower. Where did I get that from? There was a pile that I had recently where I mentioned like a closed up flower vibe, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We are at pedal to the metal last minute with this reading. I don't have time to go back, so you're gonna have to figure it out. Redirections are not always okay. So whatever that was, and it wasn't that long ago if it's real time. So just shout it out in the comments if you know. That way people in the future don't get lost, okay? But they already know that they're attracted to some type of closed up flower because that's their thing. Like that's what they want. Six of Wands is a victory. It's I got what I'm looking for. I'm being praised, or I'm praising what I'm seeking. Okay. And the Seven of Swords is being real sneaky about it. So I don't know if you're casually dating somebody or if you're just interested in them. Because the loudest energy of why they wouldn't tell you that is because maybe that's not you, right? But if it is, then they're not going to tell you that because they don't want to come across as desperate or thirsty. They're trying to be real strategic about the way they pursue the close-up flower, okay? Because I'm getting a vibe of there's a very specific closed up flower. And if this isn't a real time specific situation instance, that is the fantasy of this person knows like that they want a partner that they're going to have to put in effort to get their attention or to connect deeper with, because they don't want a partner that's just whose energy just leaks out like that. Okay. Okay. So I got King of Swords, Knight of Wands. That feels like very decisive action, like knowing exactly the steps you're going to take, the moves you're going to make towards stability with the Four of Pentacles. Like this is someone that, I'll be honest with you, this person's fantasy is a very specific person, at a minimum, a very specific personality type. And they are fixed and unwavering from pursuit of this personality type. So I'm gonna be honest with you. If you are the type that chases, that runs behind people, or if you're giving this person a lot of attention more than they're giving you, I don't know. I'll keep pulling cards. If you know you're very flirtatious, or if you know that you're very friendly with people and that you're the type that could have multiple crushes, I don't know that you're for this person, okay? And that I'm not like trying to hurt y'all's feelings. I'm just being really honest with what I'm seeing on this table. This is someone that's very particular about their type, and their type is not necessarily physical. It's a very specific personality, okay? And it feels like in a lot of instances for Pentacles, Taurus energy, this person is very patient regarding somebody that they feel locked in with or interested in pursuing more. It's just that this person is not as easy to connect with because by nature of what this person's attracted to, that's how they are. We got Mercury, which is someone that's very smart. It feels like this person's fantasy is someone that they're very mentally stimulated by, that's very stable, possibly traditionally attractive, but like someone that may be financially stable as well as really highly intellectual, okay? That's not easy to access, possibly by nature of their intellect, by nature of their stability. They don't need anybody, so that's why they're hard to access. Like that's what this person's seeking, okay? Somebody may have Mercury in Taurus. Give me what these tea leaves are saying. What's this person's fantasy? What do they love most? We won't tell about 3. We got the you can't make this up. That's a maturing energy of avoidance. Somebody that has avoided them, right? You cannot make something disappear by ignoring it. Like somebody that they cannot shake. They want a partner that they're very mentally stimulated by, very attracted to, fixated on, to where they can't shake the energy. That's how they know they're interested in somebody, is when they can't shake the energy. And usually it's at early stages, someone that actively avoids them because they don't they have a fear, maybe it's trauma of a partner. And I've read this before. This is very familiar. Like they have fear of a partner that's overly friendly, that's very easily accessible to other people. Okay, So tell me about these strawberries. What's this person's fantasy? What they love most, but won't tell you. We have listen. Listening with intent is a practice of presence where we attune our ears and hearts to the subtle melodies of truth and understanding. Someone with wit, right? Someone that understands the nuances of situations, someone with an attention to detail, someone that is an active listener, okay? And a telltale sign of who, like how this person's attracted to people when they're in fantasy mode, when they're locked in with somebody, is they're very attentive, they're very engaged, they listen to every single detail when it comes to people that they're locked in with this fantasy energy, okay? Let me get one more. Two more. All right. I'm not fighting back. We got angels. And it says angels are spiritual beings and messengers of God or guardian to assist and protect humans. Someone that's very protective, someone that's very smart, very good communicators here. But I mentioned that devoted, not blooming, closed off. Bloom in reverse feels like a more modest energy. They're attracted to that very angelic, modest vibe. That could be the aesthetic, that could just be energy. But when we talk about physical energy, they like a more naturally attractive, right? Stable, angelic, modest vibe, okay? We've got liberation, which talks about freedom and letting go of attachment, which still a free spirit now, okay? Just a free spirit. And because this is, there's different brands of free spirits, right? There's the free spirits. It's like, I'm free. I can do what I want, be who I want, however I want, act how I want, do what I want. This style of liberation, of freedom that this person is seeking in a partner is someone that is intellectual, stable, skilled on their own, to where they don't need anyone for anything, so they can do what they want. They're very modest. They're very closed off. Like the freedom in the personality type this person's attracted to is the freedom to not need to be overly friendly. Like this person likes people that don't have to be friendly out of necessity, whether we're talking about romantic, professional, like, like that's what turns them on is, the people that I'm attracted to cannot be friendly because they got money, right? They're smart enough. They're not going to need to ask somebody to think for them, right? They're not chasing love. They're fine on their own. That's what this person likes. We got meek. This came out in a different pile too. It says, see, the strong silent type. I don't have to talk to you if I don't want to. That's what this person's attracted to. People that turn people down because they don't have to talk to you if they don't want to. And meek and angelic feels, again, they like that pure, clean aesthetic, right? Exactly. Embraces humility without compromising integrity. That's just what this person's like. I'm excited about this pile only because I think the new cards are really helping us out and bringing us justice, because I don't know, I feel like I've gotten this personality on the table before, right? Whether the person you're asking about or what they're looking for, but I feel like I was able to get a little more depth so far just by nature of the new decks. Like the new decks gave it a little more, So let me pull from these 4 stacks of this deck. If you missed it in the intro, this is a brand new deck and it's 240 cards. So we split it in half and split it in half again. It's in 4 quarters because this is literally a quarter. So what I'm going to do, right? We got a tight spot. Difficult situation, need to figure things out, be more strategic, thinking out the box, highly intellectual. This person likes people that are highly intellectual, okay? And a tight spot feels like a spot that's hard to squeeze into. Like, I'm not being that way, and don't y'all get y'all's minds out of the gutter, but like difficult to crack the code, difficult to get the walls to drop, right, for this person. So let me get another from this piece. Lies and alibis. Untruthful, getting someone else to lie for you or them. Trying to cover their tracks, digging a hole. Tight spot, digging a hole. Bright future. Okay, so yeah, this person's got a thing. I'm just gonna lean into the innuendo. This person does not want a partner that is promiscuous, especially if you are asking about a masculine. They absolutely are the type of masculine that would use phrases like ran through. They would absolutely, so like they're not interested in feminines, right? That's why we have that here. That's why it's like that, okay? So just know who you're asking about. Know who you're asking about, okay? So what I got here is tight spotlights and alibis. Somebody here may be a lawyer or something. Like there's lawyers on the table, people that study law. Shout out to you, because this person has like a specific lawyer, some of you in mind, okay? Let's see. A lot of you, this is this person's trauma surfacing, where we have a bright future. We have an optimistic outlook, hopeful, positive possibilities. Future looks successful, promising, fulfilled. Future looks is a thing. And it came out in a different pile as well. So if you're picking more one, good for you, it's fine. Maybe you like the new decks, but this person associates this specific archetype that I have described today with a bright future away from lies and difficulty. Like that's why they're very fixed in what they want, because they've identified this, and I don't know if it's true, I'm just saying they've identified this as this personality pursuing people like this is going to keep me out of issues romantically. All right, so let me keep pulling these cards. Tell me more real quick for my strawberries. Conceding. What's all this political, legal stuff? Like this person likes that, okay? Because why are we conceding, okay? We have acknowledging or accepting something reluctantly, willing to let go of one's stance or accept the situation cannot be changed. This person likes cracking difficult shells. They do have a little bit of kink about it, but their reasons are still what I said before, right? Like they like to break the barrier of someone that's very serious, of someone that's very rigid, right? Like they like the clean profession. This is the type of person that would absolutely be attracted to professionals, right? People that are very like corporate and all of the stuff. That's what they like. Very political, structured people. That's what they like, okay? And they like getting people like that to come out of their shell, because people like that can be a little bit uptight and serious, and Onyx knows that from real life. But like they, this person likes that archetype, and they like the idea of connecting with someone like that and loosening them up a little bit, okay? All right, so there we go. We got the blame game. What's all this chaos? This arguing. This person, oh, okay, the mental stimulation. It's not toxic. It's been toxic in other piles and other readings as well. But this person likes a good debate, okay? They like to go back and forth with somebody. They like to be mentally stimulated. They like to argue a little bit, but not like in an aggressively chaotic or abusive way. They like to go back and forth. They want to be challenged. They don't want a yes man woman around them. They will not be a yes man woman. They're going to challenge the person that they're interested in. And they like partners that will absolutely challenge them, but also knows when to admit when they're wrong. Okay. Like it's a lot of mind stuff. This person's decided very specifically what they want in their mind. Okay. Successful people. That's what they like. Promoted. I mentioned political, corporate, business owners, just really like that. That's what they like, okay? Because we got to step up in your career, your personal life, advancement, growth, being recognized, having achievements. 6 of Wands is absolutely recognition and achievements. Someone that's very humble about their achievements with the bloom in reverse. All right, we got so many neat details, and I still have a whole half a deck, which is 2 pieces. So give me more about these strawberries really quick. We got private DMs. Oh, okay, a little hey beautiful going on. It says keeping from public secrets, Down low behavior, shameful, unwilling to make it public. This is just this person liking someone that's private. You know, people, the type that I'm describing that this person fantasizes about, typically has a lot to lose, right? It's people that deeply care about their reputation and things like that. So like this person wants someone that's not going to tell all their business, tell all their conversations. Like they want to keep their business to themselves. So they've identified this archetype as one that would do that, and that's why they're attracted to what they're attracted to, the way they're attracted to it. The personality type they seek typically would be the type to burn out. I'm not gonna lie, right? When we talk about relentless work, workaholic, stress takes effect. It's funny because I mentioned it in the intro, y'all. I was laughing because shout out if I'm describing you, or I mean, even not this person, like, because this card talks, like, you see how she's sleeping on her laptop. I made a reference to how, like, I went to sleep with my laptop on my chest yesterday. I was so ashamed of myself because that's how tired I was trying to get these readings out and doing stuff. So it's just funny that that came through, and that's probably what made me even mention that, because hilariously enough, like, I don't be telling my business, so I kind of like fit this what I'm describing a little bit, which is hilarious to me. So shout out if I'm talking about you. Look at us, twins. But yeah, basically the workaholic vibe, and we got a financial windfall here. So money flowing to you effortlessly, lottery win, money luck. Yeah, someone that's just gifted financially, stable financially, which people like this kind of have to be, because it's like you're not friendly. So like by extension of you not being friendly, you might be blocking opportunities, which means that you're not like hard up for them. Because you know, people that are super friendly are usually like sales like, in a way where they kind of like trying to be close with everybody, connect with everybody, because they never know who they're gonna need, or they're always trying to sell something. Like, you get what I'm saying. That's what that's like. So let me get this last deck. So close you out with your advice. Unfinished business. Something is left incomplete, unresolved issues or emotions that linger. Story hasn't ended quite yet. So here's the thing. This is part of that personality this person's attracted to, whether I'm describing you or not. Like, it's always unfinished business, because it takes a lot, and unfinished business could be literal, right? Where they're always, they like a partner that always has something going on, always got work to do, always something to do, even if they need to slow down and avoid burnout, but like they have stuff that keeps them occupied. They have a life. But unfinished business is having to pursue someone and be engaged with somebody that's not easy to crack, right? Like, it's not easy to cut through the barrier that is their boundary, because they're not easily impressed. They don't entertain just anybody. Okay, so that could be why this unfinished business card is here. Otherwise, whether it's true or not, there's unfinished business with somebody that I'm describing. There was another pile like this, and that's where this person's fantasy is. Okay, so I'll take one more. Yep. So at the bottom, I got spark of creativity, which is a burst of inspiration. They might be attracted to somebody where there was some weird, unexpected spark. Okay, because I saw that stood out. But they just really like somebody that's always working, like with the paintbrush, always creating something, always interesting. And here she is with her crown, head held high. That's this person. They like someone with a lot of pride, possibly a huge ego, but someone that, again, cares about their reputation, cares about their goals, cares about what they're doing and who they are and how they're perceived. Okay? All right, so let me get you some advice. This is cleanest pile today. Why is this doing that? I do have the deck in reverse. So Ace of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Five of Wands. There's some chaos stabilizing and a fresh situation coming through. I don't know what that's all about, but there's a new start of something. So that could be relevant to you, this person, but it just randomly slid over, and that deck has not moved all day. So let me do this. We got a mask that was trying to come off, quite literally. So, good advice. Oh, if I'm describing you, take that mask off. Don't be like that. Quite literally, right? If I'm describing you, take your mask off. Like, you know, be a little more open with this person if you're asking about them because you're interested. If not, then you're just being nosy. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Growth of energy. If you're interested in this person, like, make it not like you don't have to like run behind this person. Don't do that if I'm describing you, because this is the opposite of what you need to do. I mentioned getting the ick from like people that start acting thirsty. But that said, don't be completely standoffish to where this person can't tell you you're interested in them back, right? So like lean into it, right? Trust your intuition regarding how you're leaning in. Like when they give a little, give back. Like it's fine. But again, where there's a lot of confusion, and I mentioned this in a different pile, I would leave it alone, because we have this growth of energy, which talks about how things could get even more confusing over time if there's already confusion. And then growing your energy should be your priority anyway, because prioritizing the confusion with this person takes away from you prioritizing yourself, which is the opposite of what this person's attracted to, because you're worried about them and they're worried about them and possibly someone else, because this person's attracted to people with their head held high that are focused on them and building them what they're building, okay? Whether it's work, whether it's career, and all the things, okay? All right, so I'm going to close you out, move along to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4, my Guava. Let's take a look at what this person's fantasy is, or what they love most but won't tell you. So let me go ahead and get you an overview really quick, and then we will dive into your reading. So what's going on with this Guava? What's this person's fantasy? Okay. We've got manifest. Oh, okay. They're looking for their dream partner. Yeah, exactly. I'm like knocking over everything, trying to get myself adjusted. If this person's changed, evolved, grown, matured in any way, like they're looking for a partner that mirrors that. Like they feel like they've adjusted themselves, elevated themselves in a way where they want their dream partner, and not just a dream partner like fantasy, illusion, whatever, but like they may have a specific type that they desire, and they may feel most in alignment of that now, right? So that's why we've got that manifest, and I've got productive in reverse, which is the honeymoon. Now we had the pumpkin, now we got the honey. It's given like a heavy like you know how in Melon and Pop we always get the Oshun card? That's what it feels like. So if you pick those piles where that comes out a lot, there you are, there you go. But sweet like honey, that's the Orisha of like love and nurturing and things like that. So it just feels like this person's literally, their fantasy overall is they are manifesting love, right? And they may not feel like they're very productive at it because we have it in reverse. And they don't want to feel like they have to work hard for love. Like they don't want hard love. They want to manifest a healthy, happy, sweet love like honey. And they don't want to have to apply all this effort for it. Okay? Like they want it to come to them naturally. They want to naturally stumble upon a soulmate. Okay? So 6 of chalices actually tells me that they may have stumbled upon a soulmate. Like they manifested a soulmate without working at it. They feel like that, or where this has not happened because past, present, and coming, they feel like the fantasy is to manifest a past life connection. Okay, so it could be both or one or the other, where this person's identifying themselves this way, because we got the 3 of Wands, which is like looking ahead. It's like long-term energy, right? It's kind of like I did everything I could. I planted all the seeds, I did all the planning, and now we just kind of have to let the harvest surface on its own, right? The seeds have to grow. And that's really what it is. Someone that wants to nurture love, manifest love without overextending. That's the word. So So tell me more about this Guava. Eight of Chalices. What's all this trauma that just hit the table? I'm going to take those that landed way over there. It's only 3. We got a King of Cups that feels very sad about feeling rejected. So hopefully these 3 tell me what's all this for. Excuse me. I got a King of Pentacles. I got a Queen of Wands. I've got the Sun. All right. And I've got the Ten of Swords. Oh yeah, somebody feels really rejected. Really, really rejected. So I'm going to have to pull one more because, yeah, Strength. This person's attracted to resilience. This person's attracted to strength. This person's attracted to competence, radiance, bright personality, all of the things, okay? It feels like someone that has this fantasy of being able to connect with people that historically either rejected them or, because Ten of Swords is like a lot, okay? Like it's destruction, it's chaos, it's rock bottom energy, okay? It's like your worst state you could be in because it's a combination of self-sabotage as well as like active sabotage, right? So and that's where I'm getting this resilience, where this person's just really attracted to resilience overall, and people that have like been strong, rose above situations and all the things. But there is that underlying energy I mentioned of being attracted to people that historically rejected them, now that they feel like they've elevated or are elevating or pursuing the goal of elevation. All right. So let me go ahead and get more, because there's a lot that hit the table. Tell me about this Guava. See, I'm not taking all that. Heavy Capricorn vibes though. I'll take the Capricorn card with it and whatever is at the bottom. Right? Sextile is combination of tension and flow. This is someone that feels like historically they did not deserve their type or the type of love they were seeking. And so now they feel like they're aligning with it at a minimum, like they're in progress, or they've achieved the state where they feel like, okay, they deserve that type of love, or the types of people they're attracted to would pursue them or would respond to their pursuit. Okay, it could be a certain state of their career. Like this feels like someone that prioritizes like their career, their social status, their reputation, and in elevating like that, working really hard, a slow ascension there. This is how they align with their fantasy love. Okay, and then not having to be overactive, overextending in getting it. Okay, so where are we going with this? Give me Tea Leaves Oracle. Tell me more about this Guava. What's their fantasy? What do they love most and won't tell? Pile 4. We've got a medium. And this is actually medium like me, like spiritual medium, right? Because it says that these are individuals who are believed to be able to communicate with those who have passed away. You see her dark aesthetic? Someone maybe, like I've not really paid attention to the cards like that. But this like it feels like very intense eyes, very just a tense aura. That kind of, this person may be fantasizing about people like that. They may be what they're attracted to. Hilarious enough, Capricorn actually does rule that. Right? Like I know Scorpio is known for ruling the dead, which it does. But Capricorn is the karma, Saturn energy. It's known for being very cold, very harsh, no nonsense vibe. Okay. Some of you, this person may fantasize with people, about people that work in all industries. Could be medium, right? I'm not going to tell y'all, maybe you're a medium, maybe this person's attracted to literal medium psychics, but all in all, the career paths that align with that. So people that work in hospitals may fall in that category. People that work like in morgues, like people that work with people that are transitioning out of this life. So that could be doulas when we talk about other woo-woo energies, but that's kind of what I've got here, okay? And all in all, it could just be someone that has an interesting career path or just an interesting energy, right? So let me see. I've got inner peace. Okay. Yeah, I mean, inner peace is literal, so that's why I didn't really go into detail with it, because it did get a little quiet after that, which is interesting because that's literally what the card talks about. And this person likes esoteric people. There was another pile that referenced it, and I did lean into it more because it was loud there, but this is the loudest it's got, because this is 2 cards specifically that are like esoteric, medium, inner peace, feels new agey, beliefs is here. Like this person they like people with a lot of depth. They like people that are very intense. There we go. That's why we got the 10 of Swords. They like people with a very intense energy. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull from these graffiti cards. So tell me what's going on here. We've got abandoned goals. Something you worked hard on falling apart, letting dreams gather dust, changing priorities. Someone, okay, they like people that had to, nothing given to them. They like self-made people, nothing given to them. Capricorn rules lessons. Okay, someone that had to try, let something go, abandon a goal, start something else, move on to this. Okay, boom, success. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of lessons, a lot of wisdom, a lot of setbacks, a lot of hardships. That's what this person is attracted to. Someone that has that resilience, someone that has that grit. Okay. Shadow competitor. Watching your every move, obsessed with what you're doing, secretly competing with you. Yeah, they like partners where they're just kind of doing their own thing, living their life, and they have all these random competitors that they might not even know about, right? Like people that are secretly in competition. And you can always tell when people have shadow competitors. I see it every day because people will randomly try to one-up them in casual conversation and things like that. So that's what this person's, they like that. Like, so let's say somebody walks in a room and, you know, a couple of other people around start like comparing themselves to them or starting criticizing this person out of nowhere for no reason. They notice that, and that makes them more attracted to this person because it's like you letting this stranger have you bothered. You don't know this person doesn't know you, or you do know this person and I know this person, and they literally just are not concerned about you, right? Just obsessed with somebody. Like they love a partner where people are like secretly obsessed and like in competition with them. So we got the shuffle, random, throwing others off, keeping things fresh. We'll cut it because we've seen this card before. Turning over a new leaf, same vibe though, right? And that's actually funny because that's the number 99. That could be a relevant number. It stood out to me as a master number. But somebody that's really willing to pivot, someone that's always ready to reinvent themselves. Like that's what it is. This person likes someone that it's very multifaceted and eclectic in a way to where they can just reinvent themselves on a whim when they need to. Start a whole new life, right? So let me see what's going on. What do we got here with this stack? From my pile 4, my guava. Cover up. Hiding or concealing a mistake, scandal, wrongdoing, protecting oneself, fear of exposure. Somebody that's very good at keeping their business to themselves. I like it because this person is very specific. That's why I'm saying that. So this is somebody that truly likes a person, that doesn't just put all their business out there. And when I say that, it's not about their personal business in a traditional sense. It's more, you see how we have all of this Capricorn house 10 energy, like all of their career stuff, all of their personal lessons for growth, any goals that they tried to do that didn't work out. Like, this person likes when someone knows how much to share and how much to keep to themselves. Like, the reality is, especially when we talk about like social media and stuff, people always show their victories. They rarely ever show their losses. And this person likes a partner that kind of has a clean reputation regarding their losses. Like, even if someone took huge losses, it's not necessarily something that everybody would know. It might be covered up. And you can feel however you want about it, but like, this person they're like, I don't want a partner where all of their failures is just out there for everybody to see. It sounds chaotic when I say it, but that's this person's mentality. Okay. So what's this? False promises, commitments made without intention of keeping them, disappointments, and broken trust. We got lip service, empty promises. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's two lying for no reason cards. What is that? I will say the latter expression of all of this chaos that just hit the table is someone that's a very good communicator, that knows how to say things to people. Feels like someone that would be good at sales, actually. But we got all this lying. Hilariously enough, everything is centered around this. So this person is attracted to people. Like, their fantasy is a partner where it just brings out everybody's shadow, right? When we talk about all of that competition, that it makes the people around them so insecure that they start pursuing goals that they abandon. They start covering up losses, start lying for no reason, start talking about things that they did or are gonna do that's just a complete lie, just unprovoked, unprovoked lies. You know what I mean? Unprovoked competition, unprovoked lies. Like, that's basically the type of partner you want, is someone that attracts that, which it is a shadow, but every light comes with a shadow. And think about how important somebody needs to be just to exist and attract that type of negativity. Like, it's crazy. So, but they definitely want someone that gets people to just lie unprovoked, whether it's because they're feeling insecure and they want to compete, or if it's because they're trying to impress this person, right? So like, people that wouldn't be attracted to their fantasy partner would be in competition and really negatively aggressive. But people that see the person you're asking about as competition would just start lying for no reason to impress the person you're asking about's fantasy, which may or may not be you, right? Okay, so let me get like a couple of these. Got fake apologies, apologizing to keep the peace, no remorse or guilt, actions have not changed, same old attitude. Some of you, this person's fantasy, and it's just a subset, so just take it if it resonates and just leave it alone if it just slipped in for somebody else. They like somebody with nasty ways. They like somebody that leans into provoking other people and making them compete with them. Okay? I got a losing streak. Nothing seems to be going your way. Consecutive failures or setbacks. Downward momentum. We got an identity crisis. Feeling unsure of who you are or where you belong. Questioning sexuality. All the things. Watch it when we're talking about somebody that's predatory. Because the shadow here is where this person actually pursues people that are in a 10 of Swords state, right? That are not productive, that are looking to manifest. And like, you know, think about the type of people that lean into people that are at their worst. Like, why are you attracted to people at their worst? Like, why are you looking to connect with someone romantically, actively at their worst, unless you're needing an advantage, you're needing some type of power dynamic, right? Because some of you, this person's actively seeking someone that is not sure who they are, that's trying to figure out who they are, that's in difficult times, whether other people know or not, but just can't get ahead for anything because they know that they can manipulate this person with false promises, fake apologies, and lip service. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're seeking. That's the type of partner they're looking for in the shadow, because they know that people like that, people that are desperate, are easy to manipulate. Or people that aren't desperate, people that are just unsure of who they are easy to manipulate, because if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you are. You don't know what you like. You don't know what you will and will not stand for, right? So that's kind of like what's going on with this person's, when I want that shadow to be, I want y'all to be cognizant of it, okay? So my last deck, and I'll get y'all's advice. But yeah, all of this negativity that hit the table is basically, on the lighter side, someone that has a fantasy of having a partner that attracts all of this because they're so great that everybody can't help but be haters. Okay. That dirty little secret. Yeah, and that shadow is still here, okay? Right? We talk about someone that's willing to go, someone that they could hide. Like, their fantasy is a partner that they could hide. They have a little dirty little secret, however they want to do it. You got to watch that, because like I said, when we talk about the identity crisis, we talk about people that are desperate. They have fantasies about taking advantage of people in that state. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I've got a spark of creativity, which came out before, so I will put it back, because this deck has so many cards that if I don't have to take repeating cards, I won't. Because it's so many options, right? You got 4 stacks of this thing. You got good, bad, turning things around, turning over a new leaf, turning things around, facing your fears. Okay, so mention that shadow, so I'm going to leave it alone. But what I do want you to be aware of is there was a different pile that had a similar vibe that I'm about to mention, where this person feels like they want a partner after doing the work that aligns. No, that was this pile, I think. These piles are longer than I'm used to, so I'm just forgetting what I said when, especially since I'm like doing a lot of channeling, because this deck requires a lot of channeling, which is good. But this person feels like they're an elevated version of self. I still think there was another pile with those elements, not specifically like this one though. So in them turning things around, turning over a new leaf, they feel like they want a partner that kind of absolves their sins, that aligns with who they are now. And that there definitely was another pile like that. I'll actually remember which one it was. So it's interesting that this energy slipped back in. But all in all, outside of that, connected to that, it feels like you just got to watch it, because it feels like that same energy from that pile I'm thinking of, where this person's seeking a partner that they can lie to, manipulate, and all the things that will elevate them in some way. So if you pick both piles with that energy, then you just need to know that that's what's coming through. And I'm just going to get the advice, which already at the bottom, we got, you need to heal. You need to lean into healing, especially if you're aligning with the description of why this person would be attracted to you in a shadow sense, because I definitely don't want that for you. So yeah, incoming energy of banishing a curse and being extremely charismatic. So there's a thing of you're likable, you're lovable, people like you, people love you, so you don't have to settle for crumbs when it comes to certain people if you are aligning with the description of the shadow that this person's fantasy. If you know you're not aligning with the shadow of this person's fantasy, like if you know you're picking this, you're very confident this is your pile, and you're like, this is not me at all, you're welcome, because banish that curse. You are likable. There are options. Eternal charisma means that you have romantic options. You do not need to lean into this person where their desire is that shadow. Okay. Now, where it's the light, then go ahead and banish the curse and lean into it. It's saying you're likable. It's confirming that this person likes you, where it's a good thing. Because I don't want you leaning into it where I'm describing you and it's a bad thing, right? But where I'm describing you and it's a good thing, go ahead and lean into it. You're likable. This person's interested in you. Banish the curse of the doubt so that you can pursue whatever this is, okay? So I'm going to close you out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.